See, administration of Chalukyan age. Between the 6th to 12th century, Telangana area was under the rule of the Chalukyas of Badami, Vemlavada, Mudikunda, Kalyani, and so on. Ruling families. During this period, they made land grants to Brahmanas and even to the government employees instead of cash payments, led to the rise of feudalism. Further, the rulers were depending in their administration the assistance of Samanta or subordinate rulers. System also increased the feudalism of the feudal bondage system. Under such circumstances, kingship was hereditary. The king was all in all king. The king's authority consisted of 7 items: king, minister, a kingdom, treasury, army, friend, and fort. In running the administration of the kingdom, the king was assisted by the Yuvaraja or appointed their brothers or sons of their brothers as Yuvaraja. Yuvaraja was also called as Uparaja for helping the emperor in administration. The council of ministers were existed. In it, minister, commander-in-chief, treasurer, Purohit, and Yuvaraja used to make advise the king in administration. It is being learned that these posts were generally held by the men of trusted and character and Brahmins who were well versed with Dharma Shastras. They held them hereditarily. During the Chalukyan times, these posts were gradually held by Sudras also. It is also learnt that there were 18 Tirthas who were heading the departments as a superintendents. There were 18 Tirthas who were heading the department as superintendents. It could be that is, they held the hereditary. During the Chalukyan times, these posts were gradually held by the Sudras also. It is also learnt that there were 18 Tirthas who were heading the departments as the superintendents. It could be said that Bahattara, 72, Neo-Gadipatis who are found in Kakatiya inscription might have been the descendants of the Tirthas of Chalukyan times. That is, it could be said that Bahattara, 72 Neo-Gadipatis who are found in the Kakatiya inscriptions might have been the descendants of the Tirthas of Chalukyan times. Bahattara Neo-Gadipatis. The local administration of Chalukyas in Telangana reflects the administrative system that was prevalent in Karnataka. Telangana region was divided into Rashtrasa, Vishayas, and Bhuktis, consisting of 50 to 70 villages. These were headed by the Rashtrapati, Vishayapati, and Bhuktis by Bhogapati. Rashtrapati was in charge of the military and civil administration. The Vishayapati was a replica of Rashtrapati in the Vishaya. The Bhogapatis carried out revenue administration in cooperation with the village head, man called Nalgavundas or Gavundas. See, the Bhogapatis carried on the revenue administration in cooperation with the village headman who Gavundas. Besides these officials, the inscriptions of this period also mentioned Sena Bova or village accountant keeps the accountant records of the village, Talari assisting to the accountant or Patwari in the collection of land revenue of the village. So, Nalagavundas, Sena Bova, Talari or Patwari for the collection of land revenue. Each village headed by Grama Sabha. This Sabha was not only appointing the village accountant and Talari and made them responsible to trace out the theft and bound to return the theft material to the owner. Even the king has to take the permission of the village Sabha at the time of land transaction of the village. If we come to the judicial administration, king remained as the chief justice of the kingdom. Judgments were given by the Rashtrapati in the provinces and Vishayapati in the Vishayas. In villages, Grama Sabhas used to give the judgments. Ordinary disputes were all decided in Grama Sabhas only. During their time, there used to be special judges called Pradvivakas. When disputes occurred between the villages regarding the land borders and use of water from river, kings used to get them solved through the Pradvivakas or their ministers or through caste elders. These courts were established as per the principles that are recorded in ancient Smriti works. These courts were established as per the principles that are recorded in the ancient Smriti works, such as Yajnavalika Smriti. The judgments that were delivered by these courts were issued with king's emblem and in the name of Jayapatras. For putting the stamp of the emblem, they used to be the special officers known as Mudra Vartulas. Economic conditions. During the Chalukyan period, the dependence of the people on the land and agriculture was increased. Brahmins got associated with temple service, got allocated lands and agraharas, and got turned as landlords. Sudras used to cultivate their lands and remained loyal to them. As there was pressure on the land, expansion of agriculture became inevitable. As the cultivation of lands increased, it became necessary for converting uncultivated and forested land into croplands. For a tax imposition, agricultural lands have been divided into different types. They have been divided as low-lying lands or wetlands, dry lands, sandy lands or garu, and garden lands. Land tax was fixed depending upon the water facility and the land fertility and crop yield. In the inscriptions of the Chalukyan times, references was made about the commercial crops such as coconut, betel leaf, betel nut gardens, mango, sugarcane, cotton, gram, pulses. Land was measured in the form of measurements such as marutlu or matter, nivartana, khandugas, rajamana or rachamana, royal measure, etc. So, Martulu, matter, Nivartana, Khandugas, Rajamana or Rachamana, royal measure. Regarding rights over the land, every landlord had full authority over his land, but acceptance of the concerned village elders has to be obtained. So, every landlord had full authority over his land, but acceptance of concerned village elders has to be obtained. During the Chalukyan rule in Telangana, several tanks were dug at initiative of the rulers. See, what is that? Every landlord has a full authority over his land, but acceptance of the concerned village elders has to be obtained. During the Chalukyan rule in Telangana, several tanks were dug at the initiative of the rulers, local chiefs and officials such as Madivo Janakari, Medaka, Madivo Janakiri, Medaka, Bhima Samudram, Mahbub Nagar, Madivo Janakari, Madivo Janakari, Medaka, Bhima Samudram at Mahbub Nagar, Bhriyat Tataka at Nalgonda, Achebe Samudra, Chopadandi in Karimnagar, and construction of tanks was considered to be one of the seven means of attaining the merit. So, what are there? Several tanks were dug during the Chalukyan rule in Telangana by local chiefs and officials. So, what are there? Madivo Janakeri in Medaka, Bhima Samudram in Mahbub Nagar, Bhriyat Tataka in Nalgonda, and Achebe Samudra in Chopadandi in Karimnagar. Construction of tanks was considered to be one of the seven means of attaining merit. Taxes. Agricultural tax was one of the important tax. This was collected 1/6 of gross yield. Other taxes were water tax from tanks or canal, house tax, export and import taxes, taxes on market or santas. These were collected in the form of kind of cash such as the dramas or mada or panam or gadhyana. So these were collected in the form of kind or cash such as dramas, mada, panam, and gadhyana, etc. Barter system was in vogue in the villages. Besides these, other measures such as sola, manika, adde, kuncham, seru, munugu, and putti, etc. are in vogue during these times. There is other measures such as sola, manika, adde, kuncham, seru, manugu, putti, etc. are in vogue during these times. Trade and commerce, land donations. To the temples and expansion of the agriculture and improved irrigation facilities resulted in the revival of the trade and commerce by 11th century CE. Trading groups such as Vaishyas, Perikas and Balijas, etc. had their guilds. Each guild used to sell only one commodity. During this time, business was mainly in the hands of the Vaishyas. They had nakarams or sangama. Every nakara had a sreshti. Fairs and pilgrimage places got developed into trade center places like Alampur, Warangal, Vemlavada, Pulasa, etc. and trade guilds like Ayavoli 500 and Ubhayananadesis and Nakarams etc. were prevalent to carry out the trade and commerce society. During the Chalukyan period, Vedic Brahman religion gained prominence and Varna system has taken stable shape. Fourfold Varna system was prevalent. Brahmins had first place in the society because of their Sanskrit education, study of Vedas and Vedangas and serving as a teachers. Kshatriyas had occupied second position as an administrators and warrior class. Kshatriyas had occupied second position as an administrator and the warrior class. During the Chalukyan period, many Sudras entered into the service of the army, also claiming themselves as of lunar dynasty and called themselves as Kshatriyas. That one who performs Kshatriya duty was only Kshatriya. In the Varna society, Vaishyas occupied the third position. Their occupation are traders. They were called as a Shreshti, Setti or Komati. Being the devotees of Gomateshwara Jainism, they are called as Gomatlu or Komatlu. During this time, they organized into guilds or nakarams and carried the internal and external business, helped them to become rich. Shudras are fourth group in the Varna society. Based on their occupation, they emerged as many castes. Many castes. Among them who occupied agriculture and entered into army service emerged as powerful communities. Those who occupied or adopted handicrafts such as potter, blacksmith, carpenter were remained low position in the Varna system society. Thus, occupational based caste society and hierarchical class society came into stabilization during this period. Religious conditions. Buddhism. By the 7th century CE, Buddhism began to decline and incorporated into by the Hindus. By the 7th century CE, Buddhism began to decline and incorporated into Hindus as the ninth incarnation of the Vishnu and got worshipped along with the Hindu gods. Jainism. Though Buddhism declined, Jainism continued to receive royal patronage during the time of Vemlawada Chalukyan king Arikesari II. Tribhuwana Tilaka Vasadi was built. Tribhuwana Tilaka Vasadi during the Arikesari II was built, and 24 Tirthankaras along with Chakraswaris were installed by Jinavallabha, the brother of famous Kannada poet Pampa. Baddega, another king of the same line, constructed Subhadhamma Jinalaya and appointed Somadeva, a famous Jaina poet, as his pontiff. The region of Kalyani Chalukyas witnessed the growth of several Jaina centers at places like Patancheru, Bodhan, Ujjili, Kolanupaka and Kodumuru and Togarakunta, etc. They were endowed with rich donations. Growing popularity of Shaivism in Telangana region from 10th century resulted in the Jaina-Shaivite conflicts. Consequently, Jainism had to give way to the Puranic faith. Thus, many Jaina temples got converted into Shaivite temples. Shaivism. Among those who received the Agraharas from the Chalukyan kings, Brahmins, the basic pillars of the Vedic religion, were in a great number. During the times of Chalukyan, Vedic religion was in the highest position. Kumarila Bhattu, who propagated the Purvamimamsa Vedanta, belonged to this age only. Because of the self-reforms of the Vedic religion, people's interest towards the rituals and charities, idol worship, and construction of the major temples has increased. One development which deserves to be stated as during this age, the temple construction was taken up by the government as a movement and social necessity. Like example, we have Jain temple at Kolanupaka. Okay, and so the social necessity, it became a social necessity and became a tradition of Chalukyan kings that a number of wars that were fought have to be equaled by the construction of the same number of temples. Shaivism had a popular following. Hence many Shaivite temples were built during this period. Srishailam emerged as one of the important Shaivite center along with its four main gateways, which include Tripurantakam east, Siddhavatam Tripurantakam east, Siddhavatam south, Uma Maheshwaram north, and Alampur west. That is Tripurantakam in the west and Siddhavatam in the south, Uma Maheshwaram north, and Alampur in the west. Raja Rajeshwara temple of Vemlawada emerged as important Shaivite center. In these temples, Lord Shiva is worshipped along with the Mahasena and Ganapati. Vaishnavism. Along with the Shaivism, Vaishnavism also progressed in Telangana at Burugugada, Maktala, Lingagiri, which became renowned seats of Vaishnavism. Puranic theism, which replaced Vedic Brahmanism, emerged as a temple-centered Puranic theism. Brahmanism, which replaced Vedic Brahmanism, emerged as a temple-centered and ritual-oriented cult with bhakti or devotion as its base. As a result, temple building activity gained momentum from the 10th century onwards. Language and literature. The kings encouraged Vedic religion and Vedic studies. See, Vaishnavism, along with the Shaivism, Vaishnavism also progressed in Telangana at Guru Gagadda, Matkala, Lingagiri, which became renowned seats of Vaishnavism. But this point is important. Pauranic theism, which replaced the Vedic Brahmanism, which replaced Vedic Brahmanism, emerged as a temple-centered and ritual-oriented cult with bhakti or devotion as its base. So, Pauranic theism and Vedic Brahmanism. As a result, temple building activity gained momentum from the 10th century onwards. Language and literature. The kings encouraged Vedic religion and Vedic studies, resulted in the establishment of several Gatikas. Gatikas are attached to the temples. The literary works of this period are Pampas, Adi Purana, a Jaina treatise, and Vikramarjuna Vijayam, a biography on his patron Arikesari II of Vemulavada Chalukyan family. These works were written in the Kannada language. So temple, we can see the temple at Alampur Navabrahma and Bhimeshwaralayam in Vemulavada. Alampur Navabrahma and Bhimeshwaralayam in Vemulavada. Also, the next important poet was Somadeva Suri, the author of Yashasthilaka Champu. Somadeva Suri, the author of Yashasthilaka Champu, which was written in Sanskrit. He was also the court poet of Vagaraja of the Vemulavada Chalukya family. From the later half of the 9th century, the Telugu language came to be gradually used in the inscriptions. Later half of the 9th century, Telugu language came to be gradually used in the inscriptions. If you look at the art and architecture from the 7th century, early Chalukyas of Badami, from the 7th century, early Chalukyas of Badami evolved a new style of architecture known as Vesara style. This style is a combination of the both North Indian Nagara style and South Indian Dravida style of the architecture. In Telangana, Vemulavada Chalukya, who patronized both Jainism and Shaivism, constructed several temples in Vesara style. For example, Shaivite temples at Vemulavada, Dharmapuri, Raikal, Karimnagar district, and Alampur, Mahbubnagar district belong to the Vesara style. Jaina temples of this period are found at Vemulavada, Sainikaram, Kurutla, and Kolanupaka. The later Chalukyas of Kalyani were also great builders of the temples and evolved a different style called later Chalukyan style. Examples of this style at Baddegeshwara or Bhimeshwara and Nageshwara and Kedareshwara, Rajarajeshwara temples found in the Telangana. So that is all about the Chalukyan.